appreciate that you at least attempted to fill today. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate
Love you. Miss you both. Have fun with the cast.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Hello to everybody else as we are entering an elimination series best of 3 Eastern European showdown. PARIVISION versus BetBoom Team. It's always awkward to say team there, I'll be honest, but it is what it is. We are unpaused, and we get to talk about the heroes on the screen. What do you think? Even though you just said it, repeat it in a different way so it sounds like you're smart.
Did it not the first time?
Not really.
Oh, well, I give up. I don't think I can do much better than that.
Okay.
Let's see if PARIVISION find...
Well, how about this? Tell me why Disruptor has a 15% win rate.
That is because he has been picked few times and hasn't won very many. Then it looks very bad.
Okay, that's literal reasoning, sure.
I don't know. I'm a bit surprised, too. I thought it would do better in this tournament. But wait, hang on. Let's see if we get out of this unscathed for both sides.
Yeah, DM's going to take a Thunderbolt. Nice
like
whip so Kiritich can get the bounty rune. The action ends.
I mean, the main thing for me has been in the Disruptor games that we've seen, he doesn't really threaten the lane all that much. And in my eyes, Disruptor is one of the most, how to say, polarizing supports in the sense that he's insane when you're ahead and when you are the one initiating. But if you're on the back foot, so if your laning stage doesn't go too well or you lose a little bit of the mid-game and fall behind by an item or whatever, a lot of the time you just become a complete liability. You have nothing against BKB. You're heavily reliant on playing with Glimpse. That's what makes the hero, right? People don't really pick Disruptor for anything else most of the time. Static Storm is like a... It's good, but aside... Like, if you think through Dota history, have people really picked Disruptor specifically for that, except with Naga? I don't know.
Not really.
It's like mainly the Glimpse that you're running.
There was a time when, you know, Ags would be rushed, and that could be something you think about in the grand scheme of things.
Sure.
Glimpse is usually the main thing, for sure.
I know.
So what that means is, in all the subsets of games where you fall behind and can't really use Glimpse effectively, you're just a worse support than almost everything else you could pick in the meta. And all the games that are going well, you still need to draft around Disruptor. I think this is not just a filler hero that you just throw in there and then you pick whatever you want and then it's going to be fine. If you're looking for that, there's a lot of other supports that will just, you know, get you through the laning stage and then offer good utility later. So, I don't know. I don't know if that's a good enough rationale for him being 15% though. I think it's just, you know, it was like, he was 2-11, I believe. You can make the argument that, is it reasonable that Primal Beast is like almost 85 or whatever it is? % win rate?
Yeah.
Maybe that's also just sample size and
Could be.
picked in the right games.
I mean, we'll start finding out because these teams are starting to realize stats sometimes tell the truth.
Yeah.
Primal Beast was first picked, well, second overall, but BetBoom's first pick. How powerful it can be. And of course, Centaur, 100% win rate for PARIVISION.
Yep.
7-0.
It's a good stat line, but all 7 of those games are on DM.
Yeah. So,
And 0 of them are on 9 class.
thank God for that.
Imagine he started winning with it too. Oh boy.
No, I don't want it to be. I don't want it to get nerfed in the next patch. You know?
I feel like it
hero.
will. Enjoy it while it lasts, Shannon.
Okay.
Although whenever I pick Centaur in my games, there's always Ursa in the enemy team, so that's good fun.
Satanic on the Terror Blade this time around. And his counterpart will be the Abaddon for Kiritich. And seeing that a ton this tournament.
Yeah.
Been a go-to, probably a top 5 most picked carry at the very least, if not more.
Kiritich plays this hero very well, so makes a lot of sense. I think Kiritich has been interesting to watch in this tournament. That we've had, I want to say, a handful of games where he is clearly top net worth above everyone else in the game, and then the rest are like a mixed bag. So Abaddon is not exactly the hero that will go there. The one that comes to mind that he played this tournament the most with that type of success was the Gyro. But the reason I bring it up is this is a good Abaddon game, and I want to say that the Terrorblade matchup is bad until a certain point. I'm hard-pressed to actually find a better hyper carry in Dota than Abaddon, except like Void. Because at this point, PA is just a worst Kez, so you're just picking Kez if you want that.
So Abaddon's second best hyper carry. That's got to be wrong.
I think so.
That's got to be wrong.
Well, who would you put above? Maybe PL, but then you have PL. You need to get there, which doesn't happen in
Gyro,
Pro.
does that not fit a hyper carry?
I think Abaddon is better late game.
Huh.
Like when we say late game, I mean something like 6-slot inventory, you know?
Yeah,
I think Abaddon just
think so.
Conceptually ridiculous late game.
Huh. I mean, we haven't gotten to see ultra late game for this hero, but Juggernaut has got to be up there, surely.
He's more counterable.
We're not seeing Sven as much right now, but
he is definitely not up there. Sven is one of the weaker 60+ minute
shut
heroes.
your mouth. Let's get another hero to wipe your mind.
That's fine.
You're
doing great so far. DK has a claim to it.
Yeah. I'd take a late game DK over a late game Abaddon, for sure.
Yeah, but you also play Turbo. You don't really understand the game very well.
Thank you. And the funny thing is, a lot of these weird mechanics I probably know better than you because I have these late game
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we always have these conversations about, oh, you never have games with tier 5 neutrals. We're like, yeah, that's because the game needs to go to an hour. And for you, it's 30 minutes.
Even for regular games, my games would go 60 minutes, so
that's fair.
That's how it is.
So far, so good for BetBoom's laning, I think. In terms of CS, they're looking good. Especially the Storm having a conceptually free lane. This is what you pay when you put Centaur mid. You're saying, hey, whatever you guys are running mid, we'll be happy.
Yep, that's right.
So,
which is why I said it feels like the other lanes need to do exceptionally well to make up for it. I mean, he's going to be whatever. It's fine. But typically, if you're in the off lane, you're going to get about the same. So, kind of weird. I mean, I thought there was maybe some opening for him to get like 3 in return and then just go like semi-jungle and have a support take XP mid, and maybe they could make it work that way, but we haven't been seeing a ton of that either. He has the level disadvantage against GPK on the Storm as the 6-minute power rune is about to spawn, and it will be top. Ducalis gets that one, and he might pay the ultimate price, which would be first blood at the 6-minute mark. And GPK uses all his mana to make sure that he can snag that bounty.
Yeah, very happy for them. Or rather, they are very happy for GPK.
Okay.
Very happy for you guys. Good job. Good job, BetBoom. No, I think this was the ideal situation, is that they rotate over like this, but they give it to Storm. This feels like a game that Storm can absolutely destroy. The only threat to him is Bane, in my eyes. I don't think the other heroes are reliable as counters. I think theoretically you can vacuum out of Ball Lightning, right? Since that was changed. But not a very likely play, but that would be sick if we end up seeing it. Some vacuum out of Ball Lightning into stun.
Yeah, Kiritich was pretending to go for the Wisdom Shrine, but the Stampede TPs. Hoof Stomp right on top. He's not level 6 yet, so I think Kiritich might drop. He gets the Aphotic Shield off, and now the reinforcements have arrived, but it's too late for the Abaddon. And GPK instead nightmared up, the Crush to follow. And the double edge will take Kataomi out. So 2 dead as PARIVISION with a very nice TP Stampede play.
Yeah, they just bring more numbers. 3v4, it's only going to end one way, especially bring these 2 melee heroes into a Darkseer fight, which is great for him, obviously. Makes use of his kit. Kiritich straight back to lane, though. Back to his bullying ways against this Darkseer, but yeah, I haven't talked about that too much. Darkseer, in my eyes, one of the conceptually most powerful offlaners in the way Dota works currently. It's just that some lane matchups are really tough. I think Abaddon is one of the better ones. Like, he doesn't pressure you that hard compared to, say, something like an Ursa, or, God forbid, we think of Anti-Mage.
Yep, true. Ducalis again stealing a rune. GPK not happy with that. Won't be able to get the kill.
Yeah, Soul Ring, it'll be fine.
Yeah, they're not going to go high ground to chase that one. Good job from Ducalis so far, being an annoyance. That's his specialty. And Miero, a level behind Satanic right now in this lane.
Barely.
Has Soul Ring on the way.
He's cracking 6 now. It's an interesting matchup into the TB. Primal, one of the heroes that can threaten TB the most in lane because trample is magic damage when you get there, but it's so hard to do against Bane. It's just full-on blocking your hero whenever you try to go. So as a result, Satanic has had a pretty decent start. Nothing outstanding, but it's solid. Look at the charts. All the cores are pretty happy with the exception of... I mean, that's the thing about Darkseer, though. I think you're even happy here. Because the hero has so many bad laning starts and then still turns into a great team fighter. So if you're just doing okay, you get to like a Helm of the Dominator, for example, you will get there. Oh, they're smoking to farm.
Okay, I thought they had some other tech. He waited very patiently. It didn't seem to do too much there.
It's pretty cool for Primal, the movement speed bonus when you're farming stacks, and then he also has
that dragon's going ham. Look at that.
Cobalt Cup.
Oh,
yeah.
Goodness.
Yeah. Okay, Shannon.
What?
Nope, nothing.
Get your mind out of the gutter.
Get your mind out of the gutter.
Nightmare into crush into nothing.
Yeah, they don't have grip.
PK is A-OK. Electric Vortex, but just harassment at the end of the day against 9 class. 4 members of PARIVISION, nothing really. Yeah, that guy's having a lot of fun. Can't blame him, Ducalis.
Can't blame him. Ducalis is cooked.
But the Electric Vortex brings him back into GPK's arms, and now, well, Primal Beast couldn't reach his target. Is that Black Dragon still having some issues? Take a look. Oh. Miero.
Oh, he's done.
Miero is very satisfied now. Time to have a cigarette.
Yep.
And go take a nap.
Maybe back to base? No? Oh, he's actually given a tango. I guess he's going to stay here. He doesn't have all that many resources. He's like, oh, thanks for the tango. I'm going to go back to base. Well, like that's a little bit whatever. It's all good, though. GPK with some good tower pressure here, taking advantage of the 10-minute siege wave. They've got it down to about a third now. It's a very good piece of news for Storm if you get tier 1 towers down fast. He plays the map exceptionally well when he is in front, and the same with Disruptor. So if you can get these towers taken with siege creep timings, that's great, because you don't have anything else hitting towers really well. Speaking of hitting towers, here is good old Mr. Rally getting to work, the Dark Troll Summoner.
Love the Rally Skellies. Love them. They're going to get killed off, though. 3 members of BetBoom have to contest this Troll Summoner. Such a powerful
dead. What do you think is stronger right
now? Well, Satanic, I think, is a little stronger after killing Miero.
What's stronger, Dark Troll Summoner or Centaur Mid?
Dark Troll Summoner.
Yeah.
Can actually push the tower. No one has been a passive entity so far this game. Well, not really. He's popped Stampede a couple times. He opted for the Helm of Dom and into straight BKB. We've seen this a couple times this tournament. A lot of times it's the 3rd item, but still, I feel like before this tournament, you know, maybe the last month or so, the only times I'm seeing Centaur really focus on BKB, it's not typically a BKB hero.
Have we seen it without Dagger first, though?
Yes.
We have.
I think.
Because I remember noticing that this was something he was prioritizing on, in particular, DM was starting to do this. But I thought he had the Blink first.
I feel like we had this conversation. That's why, I mean, we can extend it now, of course.
Cold.
I mean, I can't say for sure.
It's a good reason. Which cold do you think he's referring to? Do you think he's feeling a little cold in terms of sickness or a little cold in terms of temperature?
Temperature.
Temperature?
Now, I have to say, the players these days are very spoiled.
Okay, the way he's moving his hands, he's definitely cold.
Back in the day, Cinder, you would go to a LAN and you would never know if there would, like, you'd be in the desert or something, not have any air conditioning, or if it's way too cold. That's why you would train under every condition possible.
That's true.
You would have one day where you turn on the AC to full blast and you just play through it, and another day where you're just blasting heat somehow into your room, sweating your balls off.
I will never forget my MOUZ boot camp in the Himalayas.
The Himalayas?
Yeah, it was a different time, but we went there to train in the cold.
Yeah,
and then afterwards, after a nice session, we would play 1v1 mids in the sauna. So you're right. We were training under all the conditions. That is true. All right. DM has been gifted a hoodie, the inverse Jenkins on panel.
Okay, that's good.
Or Gunner, if you will, depending on whose side you're on, which will generally be Gunner.
Yep. If he gets even more cold, we can give him the Beekeeper outfit.
Imagine player cam. Take a great fight, and there's just a guy sitting there in a hazmat suit.
That would be a fun tournament format to make everybody dress up as something. As 9 class.
Halloween land.
I mean, Ducalis is ahead of everybody on that. We're going to see the glimpse. Nice use of Save's ult there. The Wheel of Wonder. That will be a support kill onto 9 class. Still even net worth. These teams really want to beat each other, not just because of the tournament standings, but they got beef, Cinderin. They got some history.
And BetBoom somewhat recently finally felt that it was possible after losing to PARIVISION over and over and over. I remember seeing the player cams when they won that series. They were popping off so hard that had been a thorn in their side for about half a year. They didn't beat this team, if I remember correctly. They finally got a win. So now they know they can do it. And I think they're probably feeling kind of inspired as well. If you remember yesterday, they had an incredible draft against the side of Tundra in that game 3. So probably feeling like they're getting a better and better grasp of the patch.
But it's interesting when you see this sometimes happens when you see two teams that have faced off against each other so many times in both matches and scrims, that the first 20 minutes or so are farm fest for the most part, because at some point you've pulled out all these tricks of these early aggressive plays, and now it's mostly just based off of draft. Like, hey, I think our draft is better. We're just both going to farm and we're going to beat you. We'll see who's right in this game 1.
I think our draft is better. We have Centaur mid and Slardar 4.
That's right.
You guys don't stand a chance.
There must be some, some games where Centaur has somehow popped off.
There has to be. I mean, we had Whisper early in the tournament. He had a great Centaur mid game in one game. But it didn't feel like it's because Centaur was mid that this was possible.
Yeah.
It was just a guy playing Centaur well, and he turned out to be mid. I didn't feel like, oh, the early levels in Centaur really made the difference here, or they used Stampede in a clever fashion to win side lanes at level 6, which are, the two obvious, or rather the two clear benefits for running Centaur mid, as he will Stampede himself away. There's a couple of good things to say about Slardar 4 in this game, though. We already established the laning stage with Darkseer went fine down here. And of course, Corrosive Haze for Terrorblade is insane. But there are counters on the other side. Mobile heroes with Storm and Primal, as well as, of course, Aphotic Shield being the big one. Now has the Radiance complete. BKB on the way for no one in 200 gold will potentially open the door for a play for PARIVISION. I don't know how interested you really are in getting very active.
Yeah, I don't know either, because the Primal doesn't have the blink yet, right? So, went for the Crimson Guard first. More defensive plays, and I mean, when you get the Radiance on Abaddon, do you want to fight right away, or is it a +1 item after that you feel more comfortable? Because that would align better with the other cores, it feels like, on the BetBoom side.
I think it depends on what type of game state you're in. There are some games where Radiance Ava means go, go, go. I don't know if this is the one. You're playing against two illusion creators in Terrorblade and Darkseer, which definitely warps that matchup a bit when you have Radiance. And I also... Oh, hang on.
Static Storm reserved just for the Bane, and now the trample right on top, and Ducalis will fall before being able to cast anything. And I think this 20-minute mark is going to be the first showdown in all likelihood.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, I say that now, but GPK opens things up onto 9 class, but no one is there with the Hoof Stomp. Kiritich a little bit late on the Aphotic Shield, but they do find DM. Pulverize available. Not going to need it, though. Even the wall place, so they can farm with those illusions a bit. The 5 gold that it
Cat's
offers.
only getting owned by the Radiance.
Yeah, true.
I'll be okay, though. Yeah, it is a very, for all intents and purposes, rather slow game, but not in the sense that nobody is trying to do anything. It's more that the moves that are carried out just lead to like 1 kill, maybe 2. You're not seeing 4 heroes or 2 supports just stacking camps and the cores farming them on both sides. Like there's still map moves being made. There's still some tower pressure being applied. We've lost all 3 tier 1s on the PARIVISION side. Lost the mid tower and BB. So they're not just like AFK farming, but at the same time they're also not really trying to find, you know, the big moves. But that's why I fully agree the 20-minute timing has to be where it's at, where both teams will be targeting being strong there. Of course, the early Crimson Guard, as we saw bought for the first time this tournament on Primal Beast, could be a big deal in that fight. Wall illusions, metamorphosis, damage block obviously helps when you get minus armored. It's a good item this game. Okay. Bane under the effect of Invis here.
Yeah, well, Kiritich finds no one. GPK gets the Electric Vortex off, but no one with the Stampede, but they're going to use that to try to initiate onto Miero instead. There's the Crimson Guard doing a really good job of blocking this damage from Satanic as the Wheel of Wonder is placed, but no one with the BKB able to walk away safely. Satanic, he wants to continue to fight here. Now the grip, but the box will completely counter it. Kiritich gets sundered at the last moment, does not have ult, but there's the Pulverize. Had it the whole time.
So much
Look at the damage now. Everybody is so low on PARIVISION. They lose 3 in the blink of an eye, and 9 class will be the 4th. And just like that, the first big team fight of the game goes BetBoom's way big time. And DM, the last remaining member of PARIVISION. All they need is a little bit of vision. The glimpse is down for 3 seconds, though.
Space! He's dead. But good space.
Finally run right into him. Does feel inevitable. Pulverize is about to come back, and there is the full team wipe for BetBoom. Did they lose anybody? I don't think so.
No. 5-0. That was an insane fight from Miero, I think. Getting that 4-man Pulverize. He also did a really good job being patient. He got away from the first amount of pressure, too, with the mini onslaught out, repositioned, recognized what he needed to do, got a lot of value out of the Crimson Guard. And yeah, if you play really long and extended fights, as long as you have resources, Storm and Abaddon are very often going to come out on top. This is a great replay to watch. Some really high skill play. So immediately no one pops the Stampede. He's going to also be forced to use the BKB early, obviously, when he comes back in. Since he's this low on HP, he doesn't really have any choice but to use it to walk in here. The Static Storm ends up being more or less zoning. But this box, crucial. Getting that one off. The 2 saves against Bane definitely makes his life hard. But this Pulverize, my god.
Yeah, that was disgusting.
Sick combo. They reap all the rewards. They get the Shard now as well. That will go to save.
Oh, that's actually really
great against Terrorblade.
And the Dark Seer illusions.
Fair, yeah. Double dip on the Spotlight.
A rare good Spotlight game.
And it's also really good for Storm to play with. I feel like we never talk about this. It's the primary part of the spell. It's the vision.
Yeah, I guess so.
But oftentimes focused very much on the illusion clear. But yeah, just being able to access high grounds, you just throw out a Spotlight. You see anyone, Storm can just go. Or Primal can go. And there's the dagger.
Yeah, Pulverize opening onto DM with the Wheel of Wonder to follow. Easy pick off for the side of BetBoom. 5K, make it 6 lead.
The Wheel of Wonder, what could have been if we didn't have Centaur mid. We're just hating on it. To be honest with you, I get what the teams see in it. It's just that the track record just hasn't been good enough. And in a game like this where you do have an alternative that seems solid with the Slardar.
I mean, the thing, it's not a hero that pops off.
No.
Right? He just exists.
And it's just like, let's say you have this exact lineup. What's the downside to putting Slardar there against Storm? I think he will do better in lane because he has the water. He can withstand a lot of the pressure from the Static Remnants.
Yeah.
He will be able to scale better himself so he can do more damage and be a bigger threat. You get Corrosive Haze level 2 earlier, which is really good for Terrorblade. And it's got to be that 9 class Centaur game haunting him. He looked very despair in that game. There are some games that just leave a mark on you. And that must be it.
Yours is your 0-19 Pudge?
Oh, I still play it, don't worry.
Okay.
That didn't leave a mark on me. It's going to take more than that. I am an untiltable mountain, as you know.
Yeah.
Clearly.
No one's next item is going to be the Aghanim Scepter. So basically, to save someone from Pulverize, you have to BKB and use Workhorse, but it's definitely doable. Of course, you do have other options like the grip and whatnot, but
it just feels
going to have a little easier time right now.
It just feels like a
Pulverize.
Hang on, again.
Onto the Bane Elemental, no longer, and they actually kill off DM as well off screen.
Oh, no one completed this TP. They
Just
might
like that. 5 versus 3 Satanic
keep
apparently
running at
wants to
them.
fight, but there's the spotlight. Satanic will have to run away, afraid of the bright lights.
It's a classic LAN problem for players, but this time it's in-game.
It's usually 33 asking for the lights to be turned down. Guess we don't have to worry about that one anymore.
Found a way to work that in. It's all good. But yeah, I was going to say this feels a little bit like a... I'm not going to call it a checkmate because I don't think it's that bad, but...
Another Pulverize. This time on a much tankier target, but they have so much lockdown.
So, by nature of the two lineups, the one lineup has the Storm and the Primal initiating and catching and building fights, and the other one has Baneslaughterer and Centaur. One of these teams has saves, and the other one doesn't. So if the fights break out in these, like, quote-unquote obvious ways or standard ways, I just think BetBoom in this game state, obviously they also have a nice gold lead, which helps, but just theoretically speaking, having the Ringmaster box and the Abaddon makes things a lot easier for you. Will there be a glimpse? Yes, there will.
Right into GPK.
Another one.
Another kill for BetBoom. 15-3. Now this is starting to spiral out of control. 9K lead overall. Aegis for 2.5. This is going to be another tier 2 taken. Only one remaining on the map for PARIVISION.
Of course, in other important news, we are on track to either 22-3 or 20-4, Shannon, so keep your eyes open.
Okay.
BetBoom.
Very important.
Yep. I know you love your memes.
We could get 66-7 as well.
Yeah, it happens all the time.
Of Stomp initiation with the back wall, but Kiritich just pops the ult, and now the Crimson Guard being used to mitigate tons of damage. No one with no more BKB. They get the Nightmare initially onto GPK, but you got to get through him twice. There's that gem as well, as BetBoom will reset.
Yeah. They force them all back into a defensive position and another Centaur BKB used. You use your Abaddon ults, but you just chill for another minute now. Retain solid control of the map. Hasn't really... It's been a quiet affair from the side of PARIVISION. Nothing really to write home about. Considering how even the start was, this turned out so far, at the very least, to be a very one-sided affair.
When it was dead even and both sides were just happy farming away, Dota Plus did give PARIVISION the 60-40. Probably doesn't have enough data points on the Centaur mid, though, as the tier 3 tower.
Yeah.
You can see how it's 63. That is lower than I would expect. This feels like 80-20 to me right now.
Well, definitely considering, once again, how the fights have played out, right? It's just the strategic element of the lineup from BetBoom having the saves that they do has been the biggest problem. PARIVISION are struggling to find initiations that are meaningful. They find 2 or 3 hero vacuums, they find stomps, they find crushes, but whatever hero they start focus firing with their Terrorblade just gets shielded, and the play kind of ends. Yep.
Into GPK. Wheel of Wonder going to completely miss, but DM should be dead regardless. Gets off a nice vacuum into the Centaur Stomp, actually. Little style points before his death.
His hands have definitely warmed up, but unfortunately, it's the only thing that has really improved in the last 10 minutes for them.
Miero tries to get the jump. Aegis now gone. They get the full lane bot, force out the fortification. This will be the final one for quite a while, and I don't think they're stopping. 20 seconds for the Darkseer. I think they should be able to get this melee barracks at the very least, but PARIVISION get the Nightmare to start things out. No one looking for the opening. There's the hoof stomp onto 3 heroes with no follow-up at all. Satanic finally shows up with the reflection.
He was waiting for his Scotty, I think, before he really wanted to be a part of this.
They do defend the melee barracks, just barely.
Yeah. But again, it's the same story over and over. You can find all the good crushes and all the good stomps you want. Can you kill a target? Is what it's going to come down to. Primal is going to have super high armor with Uproar. Box, Aphotic Shield, and also counterplay from Disruptor. It almost feels like a game where Nullifier is going to become a necessity to deal with the Ringmaster. The problem is you don't have very good heroes to buy it, and obviously you don't have the gold for it either. So, Terrorblade, one of the worst carries to buy it with, because you're not coming in close enough a lot of the time to use it effectively. Kind of want to play on max range with your Pike or at least Dragonlance. So yeah, just another good piece of news for BetBoom that everything just keeps going their way. Probably going to wait for next Roche. Another problem has arrived. Kiritich getting the Orchid now on Abaddon. Standard build, nothing to write home about here. Radiance into the Manta Blink, and then Bloodthorn, the cookie cutter Abaddon build that we see very often. I feel like we've seen very few deviations from this, as a matter of fact, this tournament on carry Abaddon. Seems like it's always the choice.
I miss Harpoon.
Yeah, Harpoon is not really happening much.
Or just Echo Saber in general. Pulverize is going to find Mr. No One, the mid-centaur. DM is here, though, with the Surge.
Yeah, it's going to cost him his own life.
Yeah, possibly. The Orchid is applied, and the Spotlight will show him drop dead. 45 seconds of no Darkseer. 11K lead, 30 seconds before we learn Roshan and his timer.
Yeah, I wonder if you're going to try to push high ground here with these 30 seconds. If you get the bottom wave into the base, you could maybe go and finish off the melee racks mid at the very least. They softened that up so much earlier. And Kiritich, courtesy of playing Abaddon, will feel no concern with just cutting the wave immediately. And there we do indeed go. The mid lane, also not long for this world. So this is going to be 2 lanes of barracks now.
Yeah.
For the side of BetBoom.
Slow bleed for PARIVISION.
It's an almost instant Roche, by the way. So he's going to swap sides, and wouldn't blame them for just brute forcing it. I don't even think it's a problem to let PARIVISION fight you there, as long as you're not clustered up in the pit with too many heroes getting vacuumed into a full stun combo plus Terrorblade. Probably going to be okay. And yeah, they will walk there together with Roshan. Miero looking like his nephew. Ready to pick up the Haste Rune, but
He does kind of look related, I guess.
do it now.
What if he was the bastard son of Roshan?
And who?
I don't know.
Might be the
Yet
other
to be
one.
named creature of the depths.
Winter Wyvern.
No, that does not look like.
It's got wings, just like Roche. Do you have a better candidate in Dota lore than Wyvern?
Yeah, Pudge.
Yeah.
How he gets his thickness.
Okay. Who's the mom? Roche or Pudge?
Oh, Roche is probably the mother.
Roche is the
yeah,
mom,
of course.
okay.
Roche is the mother of Dota, as DM is found on the outskirts of the map. Another easy pickoff for the side of BetBoom.
Yeah. Just go to the pit, I guess? Like, any concerns? Don't really think so.
No. Save is
He's chilling.
holding the spot here.
There we go.
He's got, I always forget the name of these things. 10, wait, what are these devices that he has?
Souvenirs.
Souvenirs.
Yeah.
Something we don't really talk about too much.
The
Because
current one
it's
he
not
has.
a unicycle.
The current one he has is a tonic, which is, of course, famously known to most people in the world as one of the worst drinks ever created, tonic water.
Yeah,
Absolutely disgusting beverage. But that's okay. There's other ways to enjoy gin, Shannon. You don't have to poison it.
Okay.
Yeah. No worries.
Thanks for the education on that.
You're more than welcome. Illusion Rune for GPK. Is he going to bottle it? Nope, can't even be bothered with that. He's just feeling that good. He's going to instantly pick it up, leave his bottle in his backpack, and Feels like a foregone conclusion that we're just going to head up top and finish this game off unless PARIVISION can somehow string together any sort of threat. Now, there is the cart.
Yeah.
But again, okay, one of the biggest problems this game for PARIVISION, we've talked about the stuns and them being countered. Do you feel like their lineup has enough damage? I think it's just Terrorblade. They're like Satanic Go Kill, which works fine in certain teams in Counter-Strike. I've heard that's a pretty good strategy for Team Spirit with Donk, but I don't know if Satanic can pull just a, 100 ADR here.
No.
He hasn't really done any ADR as a matter of fact.
He has the 1v5 potential this game.
No, not really. It's gonna have to be now.
Still a tier 2 in the way. And this is likely the last-ditch smoke effort from PARIVISION. Got to get the perfect opening, which I don't know what that is, really. Definitely not on Kiritich, I can say that much.
I mean, the perfect fight that I can imagine is jump and kill Ringmaster. Because then you at least open the door. When you remove the box, you're going to find some potential secondary kills. The counterplay from BetBoom just looked so strong. So, yeah, find some sort of smoke wrap around. You Ion Shell both your Slaughter and the Centaur. You find the Ringmaster, kill him off, and then try to build a fight off it. And most importantly, Satanic needs to have pristine positioning. If his hero dies, you can't win the fight. I think you could trade Satanic for like 2 heroes and you still lose the follow-up fight. So, well, obviously, if it's the 2 supports, that's kind of a no-brainer. But let's say almost 2 cores, to be honest. You trade
supports are doing quite well at the moment.
The mid Centaur are about 1/3 of Storm's damage. Not bad. Better than expected from you, of course.
This is good news for Disruptor lovers. His win rate's going to go up a bit.
Trill.
As Satanic initiated on. Spotlight forces out the Metamorphosis, and with that, BetBoom just going to wait it out, it seems.
Yeah, this
will cost them Roche's banner, though.
This is honestly a really nice strategic play if you just full-on wait now. Because, again, recognizing the strength of Terrorblade, or the necessity of him, rather, for PARIVISION. When meta is down, I think the game's over. So I would like to see PARIVISION force the issue here. You have to get out there, and they will indeed.
Too obvious. Okay, GPK, Electric Vortex, but there's the cart to save the support Slardar.
Bringing him back from the fish market.
They save as Miero jumps in to try to finish the job, but the Nightmare holds him in place. Aphotic Shield now, big vac wall onto 3 heroes. Stampede right on top of Kiritich, but finally the borrowed time activates as we see the Static Storm right now on top of that Bane. Actually going to survive through this for now. Yeah, the Lotus actually heals him up, so that's the Aegis. PARIVISION, they do lose the Bane in the end, but...
And they use so much. No meta now, no wall, no Stampede.
They have Workhorse, though.
That's true. They can save the fish again. The irony of the mid-Centaur carting to save the 4 Slardar is rich in this one.
Yeah. As 9 class. Oh, no one
he didn't
get
fit in the cart.
He gets pulverized, and now there's a useless cart behind him. Is Miero actually getting quite low, but the box keeping him safe. Buyback from 9 class. 20-3. We're almost there. Two away.
Yeah. I think a lot of fans out there were hoping for Miero to die there. Nothing personal against him. They just like numbers.
Yeah, that's true.
Can you blame them? Numbers are very interesting.
Here, would be pretty hype as well.
This is looking really good for it, Shannon. There's 2 ways right now. And they're both very likely.
Meta up in 15. There's the Electric Vortex. There's the save from no one. Very nicely done. Kiritich does not have his ult.
He does.
Has to walk away. As the Pulverize onto Ducalis. That's going to be another death for him. 45 seconds on the deck.
Don't you dare call GG right now.
3.
Don't you dare.
And now the Aghanim Scepter available for the Electric Vortex onto GPK. The box onto Miero. Getting very low. Pops the Crimson Guard, though, as no one on the outskirts now of the map has to use the Workhorse to try to get away.
And there it is!
Again, we've woohoo!
For 1 second.
No one ruins it instantly by dying on the mid-Centaur. Satanic.
Oh, they let it happen.
Create some space as the GGs finally come out. And BetBoom completely destroy PARIVISION.
BetBoom are on something, Shannon. Let me tell you. This is their second pretty clear strategic win. The one yesterday against Tundra Game 3 was awesome, and this one equally, just very one.
Keep it on the DL, baby. Let's get in the game.
All right, we'd love to see a game number 3, especially after that stomp in game 1 as BetBoom just putting PARIVISION in their place. But the draft, very interesting thing, Cinderman.
Yep, for sure. The whole ban, well, we were talking about this in the green room. Would there be any downside to adding a button called skip ban? I think if you want to do that, you should be allowed to. The problem is, in order to ban literally nothing, you have to spend your entire reserve time.
Yeah.
So now they're banning heroes that nobody's playing, which effectively is the same thing. So
well, I think the downside is people would hit it by accident and be angry.
Well, you can also pick gyro by accident,
yes, that's happened before.
Pretty
on
much
stage.
Equally. That's way worse, actually. So there should be a.
What if you skip your pick?
I think when you pick a hero, there should be like, are you sure you want to pick this hero, and then you need to enter a CAPTCHA.
Oh yeah.
To make sure it's not AI drafting.
That's
true. Oh, that's a dystopian future. Imagine that.
Those check marks you click that say, "Are you a robot?" Do you know how they work?
No.
I was very interested. How do you think they work? Because it's just you're clicking a checkbox.
Yeah.
Right.
That's a good question. I actually don't know.
Right,
you could
this
easily
is going to blow your mind.
Okay.
Right, as DM gets a hoof stomp in the top lane, it tracks your mouse movement before you click it to see if you're a robot.
Okay, but knowing that, you could just program something to move the mouse like.
Yeah, I can't go any deeper than that. That's all I know. So
okay.
Apparently, that's hard to fake.
Oh, that's interesting. It's kind of like faking a signature is hard. It's the same logic, like everybody moves their mouse slightly differently or whatever.
Yeah, that's right.
Interesting. Okay.
No one versus.
Learned something from you today. That's honestly, this is a quite...
Count your lucky stars.
What a day already.
Brain rot is put on hold for just the time being. I'm sure we'll get that back on track here shortly. Yeah, with those bans, basically skipping the bans, as it were. Thought they were going to have some OP hero to pick straight out into the second phase, but it was immediately a Skywrath, which obviously is historically good against the Timbersaw, but still a surprise nonetheless.
Yeah, it definitely has some serious strength with the... He was talking about the Magic Amp. They've played into that a bit, but not really that much when you look at it. It's like Centaur has magic damage, obviously, and then you've got Scream of Pain, and that's kind of it. Like, you picked a carry that doesn't do any magic damage. Let's say carry was Gyro, for example. Then you're amping 3 spells from him. But, yeah, this... Well, we'll see. Ducalis has played this, I want to say, a couple of times this tournament, and we cast at least one of them. Mostly played as a 4.
Yeah.
At least historically speaking. It has had its time in the sun in mid. Would love for that to come back somehow. I think it's a very entertaining hero to watch when played as a core, but just the risk-reward as of late not really favoring the hero very much. But all in all, I'm just kind of happy to see Sky. I think it's a very fun hero. It's your stereotypical, truly glass cannon support that has a ton of damage and a silence and then nothing else. Basically no armor. Dies if you blow at him. Just falls over. So.
Yep, he's only got that move speed to his advantage.
Yeah.
GPK, early HP lead at least. CS-wise, relatively even.
Yeah. This is a matchup that has changed a bit over the years. It used to be a very even matchup. Then Puck became favored. And then it became, I want to say, a bit more even again, but I still think Puck thrives in this. If nothing else, you're definitely not under much pressure. But both heroes can, of course, farm quite well. I think it made a quite big difference in this lane matchup when Water Runes were introduced. It stabilized it a lot for the Queen of Pain again. Yeah, not really too much to write home about in that lane. And no one is doing solidly for himself right now, as a matter of fact, kind of outplaying GPK, I would say. It's early CS lead. Looking very good. And I feel like this is one of no one's best heroes. I love watching him on QoP. I think could even make a case that he might be the best player on this hero right now in the world. I wouldn't blame you for thinking that, at least. Just great understanding of itemization, of timings, when he's strong, what fights he joins. He also does a pretty good job at rarely overstepping, which I find some QoP players, even when they're mechanically really gifted and play lanes very well, sometimes you overplay a bit with Blink. No one seems very calculated.
Yep, that's fair to say. I mean, GPK on puck, you could probably say the exact same things about him. Maybe Nisha is better.
Yeah, it's
not
hard
that
to
far
beat
away
Nisha
these
on
days.
puck. I've just seen too many games
Yeah.
where he carries the game. So yeah, he
But
would be my
I would-
all-time #1 on that hero, but
I would say in the current day, though, GPK would be my number 2, maybe.
I think that's fair.
Oh, Satanic getting pressured a bit by Miero under the tower. So Zini said that the first blood would be at the 5-6 minute mark. We'll see if that's the case.
Yep.
It's the
Perhaps
third member.
otherwise at the 7-minute wisdoms, if anyone's feeling frisky. Oh, actually that connected. That's kind of crazy. Well, doesn't really matter. He had refraction running, so no damage done.
While we have time, we might as well talk about save on the Hoodwink.
Yep.
How's this hero faring these days? Don't really get to see it all too often.
I think it's like average. It's like a moderately good hero, but not outstanding anymore. It's got nerfed a bit. People got better at playing against it, I would say, has been a pretty big part of it. Overall, probably in a quite good place. But a very high skill hero, in my opinion. We have some players really separating themselves. Crit comes to mind, of course, as maybe crit and save. I would say with pretty high confidence are my 2 favorites on that hero. So, not surprised to see Save grab it as one of the few players this tournament to play it. Oh, actually, they get the
Oh
stomp.
boy, GPK gets off the jaunt in time. Still being pursued, though. The damage rune did go to DM, so neither of the mid laners will be able to bottle that, as now the coil coming out onto the Monkey King, able to dodge one spell, but in the end, it's first blood for GPK, and it is 6.5 minute mark.
Estini was right.
He was. But his team did give up the first blood.
Did take the pressure off them with the draft I was using. I thought that part of the interview
that was very interesting. Yeah.
was pretty interesting, that was actually a factor for him. I was like, he's banning nothing to, you know, phase the enemy team and to leave more heroes in. That was what I was expecting. I was not expecting that I'm doing it to take pressure off my players, because he wants them to just focus on the play and not so much what went wrong in the draft in game 1. It also sounded a bit like he was admitting fault, to be honest, from game 1, the way, like, reading between the lines. It's like, game 1 went poorly, this game I'm gonna completely change up the way I draft, is indirectly saying I messed up, right? 2 wisdoms, though,
yeah.
for BetBoom. PARIVISION were busy looking for that Hoodwink kill, and that is a pretty bad investment. No way is that worth losing a wisdom over, especially the first one. So BetBoom be very happy with that, and they will also try to grab themselves a DM snack. Not happening,
Might
but
have
now.
to settle for 9 class instead, but the Unleash doing work.
Oh, nice try.
Yeah, good attempt to turn into the clarity there.
He actually juked Kiritich. If Kataomi hadn't gone for the last attack, he might have lived. But mission accomplished for BetBoom. The support experience lead is nice, and of course,
I mean,
if they
this
also
is where it hurts
were
the most, right? Is Ducalis.
I was going to say, if they get to contest the stacks too, Skywrath without levels is exceptionally weak in my eyes. And Monkey King not much better, really. That support duo being starved out of XP is a problem. They're going to try to get in here.
They will attempt it. There's a hoof stomp from DM. Kiritich, though, has the rebound with the Troll Summoner nearby. They just go back to farming, and now the Shadow Word to get to a respectable amount of HP.
I suppose this is one way to get levels on Monkey King. Just hide in the trees next to someone 4 times as strong as you and let them do the work. Get half of it. Actually, I guess in that instance, he only got a third, because I think Kataomi was sharing with Kiritich too. Oh.
Yeah, it's going to be a slow road for the XP, but yeah, this will certainly help, but they can't take it too fast.
This
DM
one was a shared salve, so not going to do all that much.
3 levels in, return. Is it called return, Cinderin? Is it retaliate? What's the point?
You're retaliating.
You should return it to return. The reason they changed it is because it was an active ability for a while. Give us back return.
Oh, that's actually true. That was in the same patch, right? That was when, yeah.
Give us back return, please.
I totally forgot that it was a thing that you could activate it.
That was very stupid. I actually barely played Centaur in that patch.
Yeah, it was too many buttons.
I was very against that.
Yeah.
idea.
Rough. That patch, you switch to Wraith King. Too much to press.
It's not about the buttons, Cinderin. It's about the concept. As see the silence applied the GPK, but he is gonna be fine, and that is where the levels you can see really starting to hurt Ducalis. Not that he would be level 6 necessarily, but if he was, that would have been a kill.
Think about what kind of a statement win this series would be for BetBoom if they not only beat PARIVISION that they've been struggling against all year except once, but they beat their 7-0 Centaur twice in a row. That would be
it's true.
Quite the way to send them packing. It's effectively just saying we're better than you.
Yeah,
and
for sure. I mean, look at the Centaur. This bottom net worth at the moment for the cores.
They've been able to do something other teams haven't, which is make both types of Centaur really feel unimpactful for now. We're 10 minutes in. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. This is obviously recoverable for DM, but we've had games from DM where he's had this amazing start and like been super farmed. 6th on net worth here.
They get the bushwhack as well,
Wow,
and that is
nice
the
kill.
assassination onto no one. A huge kill for BetBoom. Dispose after the stampede, but DM gets enough space, but he's still pretty slow. Good balance strike to slow them down. The rebound, try to close the gap. And there's the bushwhack to be able to catch up to DM. The unleash is over. DM, he still might be able to get out. The rebound just misses.
He still gets the 3 attacks though. They're
out of mana completely.
Yeah, also probably worried about a potential rotation, and there's a creep wave in the tower, so well done to DM living there. Wasted a lot of time. This game, similar to game number 1 at this time already, 11 minutes in, feels a little bit like only Satanic is truly thriving. Game 1, that was not a recipe for success.
The Black Grimoire starts in your neutral slot, right? Initially. Or is it in your inventory the whole time?
I think it starts in your neutral slot, but you can move it, right?
Yeah. Balance strike. There's the silence again. Sonic Wave. It's enough. That's a kill that PARIVISION desperately needed.
Yeah.
And they will get it. What happens when you try to build a neutral item while it's still in your slot?
That's like, I think the way it worked originally was that you just lost your book. So I don't know if
really?
I don't know if when you build a neutral item, if it automatically moves it to another slot, or if you have to do it yourself.
Another Ancient Sion. There's the Mystic Flare. And this is where Ducalis can really shine. I mean, it's one of the most powerful combos in the entire game. Just, I mean, what's the cast point on Ancient Seal? It feels like it's just instant.
Close to 0. Not quite
Very
0,
hard
but
to counterplay. Obviously, the range is the biggest hindrance, but coming out of a smoke, very powerful.
Yep. It does scale slightly with levels. You get 50 more cast range per level, but it is, for the most part, I was going to say 1-point wonder. It's not bad to level this up, but I do feel like the better skill build on Skywrath Mage nowadays is almost always what Ducalis is doing here. Sometimes you go max concussive shot as well, can be a thing. But in my eyes, the major upside to maxing Arcane Bolt is that you get the option of going Shard. Skywrath Mage's biggest hindrance in the past, and at least one of them for me, has been the inability to farm. So you do well early, and then you kind of just walk in circles. Or you get the Shard. The triple Arcane Bolt, when you're maxing it out, actually becomes really, really good for clearing waves and small camps. And suddenly you can start becoming more fearsome down the line. I would hope to see him get it. I think I said that in the other game he played Skywrath 2, and he did not. But given the pace of many of these games, I feel like it would pay for itself. It's also teamfight damage, you know? It's not useless to hit multiple heroes with Arcane Bolts. Anyway.
Yep, Chaotic Offering used here. Help take out this tier 1 tower. No one with a shield rune.
And a Blade Mail.
In the smoke. They want to pounce, but BetBoom have backed away already. Which means PARIVISION are going to go into the jungle. They find GPK. Woo! Gets off the phase shift and the Waning Rift. Still has the orb up, and he's fine. Oh, man. They just opened up with a
Is he fine?
strike. I say that, yeah, a little too soon. They eventually find the silence into the Mystic Flare again.
Stampede. Good ability against Puck when you're not coiled.
GPK right now going towards Well, he wants to go Yules. What's being delivered? He has an Oblivion staff right now.
A Switchblade.
Is he actually finished with it though?
He has the components on the courier. I don't know if... Yeah, he must have the recipe in base now.
Okay. Yeah, gonna need that Dispel very badly in this game. Yeah, this Skywrath, not the most prototypical pick, but against Puck and Timbersaw. I mean, we haven't really seen it against Timbersaw yet, but gonna have to get Lotuses, Yules, and the works.
Oh, if they find him again.
Of Stomp into the Boundless. They don't even need anything from Ducalis. Back-to-back deaths for the Puck.
He is being shut down and correctly pinging out the ward here. Must have vision. That is indeed the case. This is one of the biggest upsides to playing Monkey King support, is being able to place deeper wards than you might expect at different times. It's kind of akin to, you know, there was this phase when certain players were playing a lot of Ricky 4 and Bounty Hunter, and they were just using largely the hero to go behind enemy tier 2s at like 12 minutes in and place observers, so you could see early movements out of the base and draw conclusions about where to strike. I haven't talked much about Miero, but he is getting super high level. He's level 13 now on the Timbersaw, keeping up nicely with the TA.
Yeah.
He is 2 levels above, 3 levels above his Puck. As a matter of fact, he's gonna need to come up big because PARIVISION have done a very good job at shutting down GPK this time around.
Yeah, it has not been involved yet. That's for sure. I mean, what are they waiting for exactly? Pipe is the first big one after the Kaya for the Timbersaw. Yules is just way too far away for GPK. I don't know if they can wait for that. BKB, though, just halfway through the recipe at the moment for Kiritich. Another hero we haven't talked about is Satanic's Templar Assassin.
Stampede up top.
Stampede into nothing, it seems.
Yeah, Satanic is doing great.
Desolator, Blink, and Dragonlance already. Very good timings.
The matchup against Marcy is interesting, though. As we've talked about in the past, with the changes to Refraction, where it has a barrier now instead of just being per hit, certain abilities and heroes are a lot worse. If they don't deal a big enough damage instance to cut through the barrier, suddenly you need 2 or 3 damage instances instead for the same effect.
GPK again. This time gets off the coil. Now Miero coming to play as well with that Chakram against Satanic. Do they have the damage? It's going to be close. Balance Strike is going to slow them down a bit. DM in the vicinity. Sonic Wave comes through. They do take out Satanic, but GPK dies again. At the very least, he gets some XP beforehand. But with the supports dying as well, it's a 2 for 2.
Oh!
And Miero with the Twisted Chakram, and there's the Chaotic Offering. 9 class will be pursued into his untimely death. Hoof Stomp a little bit too slow as no one. Gonna force the rest of BetBoom back as Miero, his mana pool not doing too hot.
Feels like that was good enough for BetBoom overall. It was a decent trade. They had to spend a lot with the Golem as well, but it is a win. Especially killing TA when she's that far ahead is a real feels-good kill. And I was gonna say that the thing that's interesting here is that matchup against the Marcy. Because Marcy's instances of damage are absolutely going to be high enough to break Refraction. So you pop Unleash and you jump in, and you're effectively removing Refraction entirely in your first volley of attacks. Considering the jump damage of Rebound as well, that should be enough to cut through 6 instances. Which is... It's double-edged, right? Because it's great that you break all of the Refraction, but usually Marcy kind of kills when she jumps and does 2 sequences of attacks, and TA, ignoring the first one, will probably survive the second. So it's a kind of interesting matchup in that sense that I don't know who it's better for.
Yeah, that's true.
I
guess
it largely depends on the state of items. Like if Marcy is keeping up, I would say it's good for Marcy, but when you're this far behind still, TA might just buy a Pike, push you away, and win the trade, and also Marcy has to expend more of her BKB duration going for that primary kill if TA is indeed the target. See who draws the longer straw in this. So far, so good for PARIVISION, though, as a team. And if they were to win this game, they would only have the one loss on Centaur, and it would be mid. So it might be something to learn from that. Keep it on DM and just never lose. Seems like a good strategy.
Phase shift just in time. Nice bushwhack to slow them down as well. Sharpshooter will hit. Stampede, really? Just to disengage, it seems.
Might have saved on both side lanes there.
Kiritich, though, had to use his BKB, apparently. He's going to get shadow struck.
Oh, is he TPing now?
Kiritich, Sonic Wave right on him. There's the rebound to safety. No one comes in to try to finish the job. Not able to do so, though. Doesn't look like a kill will occur after the fact anyway.
Now 9 class. You're a minute early, buddy. But just standing here for info. He wasn't obviously thinking about the wisdom just yet. But Tormentor will become the target. Surely you have TA. One of the best heroes at killing it. You use double meld and you can refraction block the first 5 instances of damage that it reflects on you. Or 6, so... one of the few heroes in Dota that can solo Tormentor. Most notably TA and Ursa. And of course, Meepo, another great one that we've barely seen played. Bit of a shame, really. Well, maybe it's good, actually.
It's good to have picks that are just rare all the time.
Yeah.
I think that's fine.
I'm on board with that. It keeps things exciting. Just
BetBoom, they're the ones going for it.
yeah, that's
Looks like a freebie, actually.
That's surprising, but they're scared.
Oh, yeah.
This is just...
if they knew what we knew.
they're psyching themselves out. There is nobody even remotely close, but they feel like there's no way, right? Are they just giving it to us for free? Where are they? Now, coming to the right conclusion.
That's an interesting choice. Kataomi is the shard recipient. I mean, whose shard could have... I mean, Skywrath getting shard, you already talked about, could have been crazy good.
He's on the other team.
I know, if they had gone for it, though. And I guess the Monkey King... Oh, Monkey King already has his, so it would have been the Centaur as the other option. I'm just trying to think of reasons that PARIVISION did want to go into that area.
If I'm Ducalis there, I'm like, guys, let's get the shard.
Yeah,
I'm like,
seriously.
this is so much GPM on that hero for free.
This is not like getting a Pugna shard.
No. The Skywrath one is awesome when you're going 4 points in Bolt. So, yeah, I agree. I think they definitely should have put more emphasis on that for the side of PARIVISION. Not sure what they were... Maybe they were afraid it was going to be a bad place to fight, but I think they can hold their own. Perhaps it's the Warlock factor. He was like, we don't want to set up a good fight for Fatal Bond's Golem up there. We're going to clump up too much. So rather let them have it. And they're fortunate that Warlock gets his shard, because I think that was the worst one for BetBoom. They would have way rather had the Hoodwink.
Easily.
Hunter's Boomerang.
Damage rune. Onto no one. There's the Chaotic Offering onto 2. Blade Mail already activated, and that's a nice Sonic Wave, clipping 3 heroes. As no one using the BKB now. Look at Miero, already at half HP, gets hoof stomped mid-Timber Chain, and that's going to be the death of him as well. A disastrous fight for BetBoom. 9 class, the recipient of the right click of Kiritich. He will fall, but likely the only casualty for PARIVISION as Kiritich just gets right-clicked from afar by Satanic. A 3-for-1 special, and PARIVISION, despite not going for that Tormentor, they win this fight handily.
I'm just looking at the CS. Satanic has 315 CS at 23 on the TA. He's over 100 ahead of number 2, which, by the way, isn't even the enemy carry. I guess that's somewhat standard when the other carry is the Marcy. But yeah, nice, very successful move there for the side of PARIVISION, and now it's time to reap the rewards. This was a pretty nice counter initiation from Kataomi. The problem is save can't really offer much, and the BKB from no one renders Timber completely useless. You'd be hard-pressed to find a better hero in Dota to have BKB against than Timber. All of his spells doing literally nothing. Kiritich will get a little bit of a trade there, but of course, as you mentioned, gets chased down by Satanic, who will now also hold on to the Aegis of the Immortal.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
And PARIVISION pretty damn good position now. Can bulldoze these remaining towers, at least most of them. Tier 1 falls bot now, 3 Tier 2s. How many can they get during this Aegis timer? I feel like the average has been 2 minimum.
Yeah.
And maybe a poke at the high ground. Typically they leave that top Tier 2 up for a while.
You've got to be a bit careful with just barreling down the lane too much.
Boundless Strike is going to find Kataomi with the dust as well. Doesn't have Chaotic Offering. Definitely wouldn't have used it anyway. GPK just trying to get as many scraps as he can.
I think it's much stronger for PARIVISION to play the game like this than to group up as 5 and hit a tower with TA. I think it's... You're in a great position. Satanic can keep farming like a monster, and you can take full advantage of Monkey King by playing more of a 3+2 kind of way on the map. Play Monkey King together with your Quap and maybe Centaur or Sky. Catch people as they split to push out waves that you're constantly pushing in, and Satanic can just get more GPM than the enemy carry with every passing minute. If you start grouping up as 5 and going for a tower, if you somehow get flanked or get the wrong type of fight where you get coiled a couple heroes and you get Golem Fatal Bonded, you might lose your entire lead. Like this, that feels almost impossible because Warlock doesn't work like that. If you don't stack,
it's fine. The BKB gives him a free life here.
Yeah. So a nice little something there for BetBoom, but yeah, it's... I'll tell you from experience, in a game where the enemy team keeps playing split and nothing big is happening, you don't feel happy as Warlock.
Initiation with the Mystic Flare. Kiritich is dead just like that. Even a Chaotic Offering being used, this is very much not good for the BetBoom side.
Oh, nice detail from Satanic.
As 9 class taking some damage from Miero, who pops the pipe in retreat, but the hoof stomp keeps him in place. No one is there to finish the job. He gets the Sonic Wave on the GPK. They just call GG.
Yeah.
This game is over. PARIVISION tie it up 1-1.
Honestly, don't really blame them. They are just... they recognize this game state. PARIVISION got to run the map the way that they want. They're in total control. Every time we move out of the base, we're going to get pincered, and as long as the 5v5 doesn't happen, which PARIVISION aren't letting be the case, they just keep... You saw again, they're playing this skirmishy style. They get the first kill, and then the other heroes connect, and Warlock's already used his stuff. They, yeah, they're just unable to really find any meaningful big fights, which is what, you know, this lineup is meant to do. You're playing Timber, you're playing Warlock, you're playing the puck, you want the 5v5s. Monkey King really disallowing that from coming to fruition at all. What a one-sided...
Or Pog.
That's a Pog. That's a 9 out of 10.
This is a Pog draft here. Let's see if it's a Pogger game. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. As we get into game 3 between PARIVISION and BetBoom. Yeah, some cool picks. We get to see the mid Slardar again.
Yep.
It has looked way better in the mid lane than it has in the off lane. Unlike the Centaur, who's actually looked better in the off lane. Not that he's in this... Well, he is in this game, actually, as an off lane.
They have both.
Miero, the off lane god.
BetBoom say, PARIVISION, you guys pick these 2 heroes, you put them in the wrong place. We'll show you how it's done. Playing them in the standard roles for this tournament. Slardar has been played more mid than offlane. It's fun to see how things change sometimes. Mid one taking a beating here, but he'll be okay.
Yep, he is an agent of Galaron, so we'll have the Exort benefits of the Agnum Scepter and Shard. Well, the Shard is not Sunstrike related, I suppose, but the Cataclysm is really the reason you get this facet.
It's a good win rate.
Yeah, and they have some setup with the, well, Balance Strike to a degree, some Chen stuff, but of course the Tide Ravage is the big one.
Yeah, Ravage Kata is a classic. Very strong when you do get there, of course, but there is a little bit of an asterisk on all of this. Song of the Siren exists, and that is really, really good against Tide. Whenever you Ravage and set up a fight, if Naga is not caught in it, can just Song and walk in and totally combo break you and everything you're trying to do. So I think for PARIVISION, that's probably not the type of game you're actually trying to play with your Tide. I think what they're looking at here is we have a draft with Chen. Wait, actually, is he dead here? He is.
Sunstrike, boom! Goes the Dynamite as
Send
no
him
one
back.
gets first blood, and that is something you always want to see when you pick that Invoker with the Exort maxed, as Kiritich will take out 9 class, so support for offlane, definite advantage on the PARIVISION side.
Yep. But yeah, this is I think the way PARIVISION are planning to play this game is hit your stride with 2 auras on Tide and Chen, and then play off Alacrity Terrorblade and start hitting towers and Roche. And if BetBoom initiate into you, you've got Ravage defensively. More so than offensively, I feel like this game, It's unlikely that PARIVISION are going to be successful by just, say, getting a Blink on Tide and then trying a Blink Ravage combo with Invoker specifically because of the Naga plus Stampede. I think you're better off just really rallying around the Terrorblade and trying to play that more like static type of fight where it's come at us and we will just overwhelm you. I think that's the style of gameplay that Naga is worst against. Because it's a lot harder to use Song of the Siren effectively if the enemy team can stand their ground. So I'm pretty hopeful for PARIVISION in that sense. Of course, BetBoom's lineup by all means can absolutely do it, and they're off to a very hot start in the mid lane in particular. GPK is destroying no one on the first few waves. 18-4. He's got almost every CS.
Damn.
18 CS minute 230 is, I think, 2 from... That's got to be 2 from max, right? I think it's been 5 waves now, so he could have had 20. Theoretically, and there's a couple of creeps in the mid lane that have died. Maybe it's like 2 down or whatever, but yeah.
Yeah,
Owning it up.
that is some of the fastest CS that I've seen. That is crazy.
I think there's an... Oh yeah, he killed 1 or 2 Forge Spirits, so it's a little bit cheating, I guess. But even disregarding Lat, let's say he's killed 2 of them, he's still doing great. Yeah, a good lane for Slardar. I don't really see how Invoker conceptually prevents this in any way.
Yeah, he can't get a kill onto Slardar without some help either. So, really, GPK for the next 3 minutes when these power runes start to spawn should be golden.
It's cool to see this as well. Some streak will be broken here. GPK 100% win rate on Slardar. No one 100% win rate on Invoker. And Chen, of course, in this tournament, 60-0 when we cast.
That's right.
DM.
Blade Fury doing quite a bit. Sunstrike is going to hit save. That's going to be the death of him, but it is a trade. Kiritich, I mean, all things considered, he is off to a pretty decent start in this lane.
Great Sunstrike usage so far, though, from no one. They need to hit. They need to hit the one bottom for First Blood, and they need to hit that one to not get overwhelmed. So very important that those are on target. Hit 3 out of 4 so far, and hit the important ones.
Well, technically,
he might have actually just
was on a range creep at the first wave. So.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
I thought maybe he missed the one he cast at the beginning of the game to scout the fountain or something.
No.
Would have been funny.
Yeah, still, I would consider that 100%. As a bash onto no one. GPK, though, will walk away. But the beauty of being in the river is you get all these extra benefits, and even with the bottle on top.
Yeah, it's going to be almost up to full again. And this lane can get even spicier for Invoker when Slardar hits 6.
Oh, another Sunstrike coming for Miero, and it's enough as Satanic will claim his kill.
On point.
So despite getting bodied in the mid lane, it's only 9 CS behind now, I suppose.
It's also just the denies. If he doesn't get these Sunstrike kills, he's losing a lot of experience, but he's staying afloat. It's all good. Gonna go his standard build, it looks like. He'll be going Midas, and then I assume Atos. Gets... You know, it's already nice to have the Atos with the whole Exort combo, but I think it has extra value against heroes like Centaur and Slardar that are so heavily dependent on movement. It's a nice additional bonus to have an Atos to Gleipnir against Stampede. Nine class.
Yeah, GPK, they would love to get this kill. It's going to require a +1 on top of that, I do believe. Miero.
Save seems to realize something is up, so he's already positioning himself here as well.
No one, the Corrosive Haze is already up, and GPK just easily kills him. And now the crush onto 9 class with the Muerta calling to follow. That is a big deal for BetBoom.
That was some pretty bad voice line timing there from 9 class. It's just better, and then they both die instantly.
Yeah, sometimes you're not going to be on your A game when it comes to the voice line.
Yeah, 9 class so far, when he uses voice lines or type stuff, it's come back to bite him more often than not in this tournament, so it might be better off just unbinding it. Satanic.
Yeah, the TPs are coming. Gets reeled, and the double edge not doing too much. The Boundless onto 2, and Kataomi
nice counterplay.
Is the one to be traded instead.
That's a great TP for Monkey King. Save plus kill in one move. Always nice. DM, however,
Very top DM. Well,
is dead.
Eventually taken out, and now the healing ward from Kiritich will allow him to continue to stay in lane. So will be Battle Fury for him as the first item.
Yoink.
Pick off there from 9 class. That's one of the few melee heroes that can just easily kill the healing ward, I
I
suppose.
think Healing Ward, is it 75 gold on all levels, I think?
Ooh, I don't know.
It's quite nice. It's a decent bounty. So kill it off. Anyway, GPK gonna be the hero to watch in this game.
7-minute wisdom.
Yeah, he is so strong in this fight.
9 class spots it, and they might honestly. Okay, well, Tide
do
is in
anything
the
about
area, but they don't have Ravage, so yeah, they
Double
will have
wisdom.
to give it up. Oh boy.
TP out.
The
Oh!
other one.
Well, now Save is left alone.
Yes, he is, but it'll be worth the sacrifice for the BetBoom.
Radiant's top tower
I say that
think
though,
he's fine.
Kiritich is here,
Yeah.
and with Omni Slash at the ready, that is going to be enough to dissuade PARIVISION from going any further.
Did you like the Tide pick overall?
What were the panels saying? Primal, right?
Yeah, Primal was their suggestion. I think it would have served a similar purpose, but probably done better in lane.
I think Primal against... Isn't Primal against Muerta bad, generally?
It's a two-sided matchup, right? You're one of the heroes that can just kill Muerta during her ult as well. But yeah, the Muerta matchup would have been tricky, I suppose. I'm just... you know, sometimes we can talk all we want about matchups, but there's also just some heroes are just strong in the game, right? Like Primal seems to have a really good patch right now, just numbers-wise. I was just thinking, because I was looking at it from the perspective of what Tide brings to the table here was mainly the inability for BetBoom to go into you, but maybe early stage will be a bit of a problem here.
Yeah, they're going to contest this, or try to. GPK is going to show himself all alone. It's a 1 versus 4. Save is in the area with the calling, but GPK looks like he's going to get punished for this pretty hard. And PARIVISION
They were
very
so
ready.
Yep.
Get the only get save. They break
Got him
the
down.
tree, so that's a 4-second stun. They get the reel in onto the Chen first. Ducal is dead to rights, and 9 class will be spun down, so BetBoom do get the 2 supports, but obviously the kill onto GPK, pretty big deal.
And you protected your stacks. So all in all, I think that was fine for the side of PARIVISION. It's very important that Tide gets this experience. He's still level 5, 9 minutes in. And that's what I was looking at. I was like, okay, I see what Tide is meant to do here for PARIVISION's lineup. Being a brick wall that it's hard to go into for these beefy boys. But the laning stage, this laning duo is just not strong, right?
Yeah.
Tide Monkey King, what a weak lane is what you pay. And BetBoom have taken full advantage of that. Kiritich is having a great start on the Juggernaut, up to 5k net worth already at 9 minutes 30. It's very high. Not looking bad for Satanic either, of course, but
Yeah,
that will be an interesting matchup to see later down the line.
I was going to ask, how does Terrorblade match up against Jug late game? Mid to late game.
It's a pretty skill-based matchup, because what really ends up deciding it a lot of the time is whether you can get Sunder off. So there's a lot riding on Juggernaut identifying the right time to Omni Slash / Swift
Speaking
Slash.
of Omni Slash, that is a
Chop
dead
him up.
9 class. Easy kill for Kiritich.
How do you think Juggernaut manages to stay on target on a Monkey King in a tree with Omni Slash? We need an animation of that. That would actually be kind of cool. An SFM of getting Omni'd on top of a tree.
Yeah.
Some Dragon Ball Z shit. I don't actually know if there's many trees in that show. You would remember.
Yeah, but I'm a big anime guy, apparently.
That's right.
This is a weird narrative. It's a weird random Jenkins type of lie. Is Tier 1 tower taking some pretty heavy damage, but PARIVISION are looking to defend. They have a full wave right now. Siege Creep will be taken out. Tornado into the meatball. Quite a bit of damage. Pierce the Veil is forced for the support Muerta.
Alright. Slacks brings it out in me.
They're posturing a bit, but this tower is going to go down one way or another, whether
Yeah.
it's deny or not.
Exactly. Like, you're just delaying the inevitable. They will get it very soon. You can see DM somewhat recovering.
Yeah,
This
the
will be
spin already
nice,
used.
but
They're going to try to capitalize on this. TP's coming in. The healing ward taken out as well, but even with the Sunstrike, it's not enough. And now the song.
Wait,
Wait,
What?
Does that break tree? Wait, what happened there?
that's what I was going to say. Did the reel-in break the tree so he got stunned, or did DM cut the tree?
I don't know.
He doesn't have quelling, so yeah, it couldn't have been. Reel-in actually stuns Monkey. Or, really? Can we get a replay of that?
But how does he have vision, though?
I mean, he cast the ensnare, and then you just reel-in just pulls the ensnare target.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
But I didn't think that broke tree. Was that what happened even?
No?
I guess so. That's kind of a cool counter. You just throw ensnare on Monkey King, and then either he's rooted on the ground or he gets stunned on the tree. Are we missing something? Nothing was cutting it, right?
All right, you're going to need to let this go.
I am not going to let this go. This is an interesting interaction. It's quite a niche thing.
Yeah, which is why you should let it go.
Isn't that the funniest stuff in Dota, though? All these like little obscure things that you have no way of knowing until you see it happening.
In all seriousness, yeah, it's some of the most
that's
fun
what makes
stuff
the game
to talk
cool,
about.
you know?
Oh, Stampede.
Big
Oh, boy.
fines.
Yes, indeed. That's an
No
easy
way out of
to
that
do.
one.
Way too many members of the BetBoom side. 4K lead at 12.5 minutes. PARIVISION on the back foot already. And the Vlad's not even done yet for DM. And this is a 12.5 minute mark. I feel like you have this at that point consistently.
Definitely not had a good start, to be sure.
And no one has not bounced back either. Has the Midas to try to get there, but GPK showing his prowess in that mid lane. Has the blink. We'll be getting the shard into Aghanim Scepter.
Yeah, pretty standard. Obviously,
Love that shard. Such a good shard.
The Scepter in this game is crazy good, right? You get so much armor against Terrorblade, and you get the status resistance against Invoker and Tide. What an incredible exit this is here. It just counters more or less everything that PARIVISION are presenting. I guess when you look at the ability in general, you just feel like it counters everything in Dota, I suppose.
Yeah, it has a lot of mechanics.
Armor, regen, and status assist, but spells, you know, spell damage will still work fully.
Okay.
So I guess Cataclysm will have its full effect, but you need to hit it. And obviously with the status resist, that becomes increasingly difficult, and we're getting ahead of ourselves. Let's get the Atos first, shall we?
Yeah, it's going to be
Towers.
a while for that Ags, I think. Atos into Ags, I assume. Then Gleipnir.
Yeah, I think that's probably the order we're going to see. 9 class, too late. 4 wisdoms for
Yeah.
BetBoom.
Man. That's... I feel like we've seen so many games before where even just the first 2 taken snowballs into a stomp. The first 4, I wonder what the percentage is.
Don't look. What level do you think Monkey King is?
I'm going to say 6.
He's almost 6. 15 minutes.
Yeah.
He's getting his 6 now.
Yikes.
It's rough. Okay, here's the reel in. Let's see. So he's on the tree. Reel in, and then the tree just breaks.
Huh. Because
okay.
the reel-in was already
What?
going off, right? So there was a delay there.
It's the tree broke when reel in finished.
Yeah.
So it's like it's trying to pull him off the tree, but it can't, and then it just breaks
Well,
the
I mean,
tree at the
that
end, or
makes
what?
sense because it has a lot of resistance to the pull, but then by the end, it just gives up.
Oh.
It's actually the most realistic thing in Dota I've ever seen.
Oh, okay. Pulling a tree down with the
9
strength
class,
of the net.
Omni Slash for you. Welcome to level 6. You'll have to enjoy that in the fountain. This Karatich now level 13, has a Battle Fury, Yasha, Manta about to finish.
He is super far ahead. Talk about the Terrorblade versus Juggernaut matchup. It gets very lopsided if Jugger's ahead by 1 item, because then you're suddenly threatening to solo kill TB. You can play your way out of certain things. Let's say you get Butterfly first, or you get Manta way earlier. Then you have a solution to Reflection. You can dodge Sunder with Manta.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's just the writing on the wall here. Satanic is really far behind. So, and looking at the Radiant lineup, it's got very little in the way of playmaking. Playing Exort Invoker, and your support duo is Monkey King Chen, but especially the offlaner in Tide just doesn't offer much. But he's going to get the Shard now. Perhaps that will help on DM. Do you like that choice here? I'm a bit on the fence, because like...
Well, you haven't done anything yet, so...
Yeah, so if you're not going to take initiative, isn't this just kind of like wasted gold almost?
I mean, they don't have any initiation. He doesn't have a blink.
Right.
How are they?
They have the Atos.
It's just the Monkey King?
Yeah, Monkey Stun, Atos. Maybe that's why. They feel like we just don't have enough ways of catching, but I feel like maybe that has already run its course. Like, can these...
Yep, reel in.
Reel in to reel out.
Into the crush as GPK with the Corrosive Haze. Though they see the meta pop by Satanic, now they can just exit. And Kataomi, even with the song available, will use it. And they're just going to disengage completely. Yep, that sounds about the same. Just as horrifying.
I think to the heroes in the game it sounds like that, but in order to keep people still playing Dota, Valve had to make it sound nicely.
True.
Because otherwise, imagine there was that sound every time. That would be a good cosmetic in the game, would be different songs for Naga. How have they not
Yeah, and you
explored
just
that
get
yet?
rights to different songs that are available. Get a rap song sometimes.
The Nicki Minaj Naga Siren pack.
Yeah, why not? You have partnered with Monster Hunter as Ducalis is deleted by GPK. This lead is continuing to grow.
The new WAP set for Naga. Looking great for BetBoom, though. We are continuing in the same trajectory, and my big question for PARIVISION is, when do you do something? Because you've got the Atos on Invoker, you've got the Shard on Tide, but you're still not showing much intent on fighting at all. So if you still have to play defensively, what's the next item timing that's actually going to change?
Well, no one's Ags is a big one.
Yeah, is that the timing? Is it Ags and then hope for a Fat Ravage? Maybe. They seem a bit
Well,
stunned.
that should be enough time to get a blink. So, yeah, the blink is going to come out first, actually. They do cancel a TP onto save, but he has a Shadow Blade. Okay.
Yeah, that's a pretty interesting choice. Just rushing the Silver Edge against Tide.
Yeah, cool.
It's one of the cool things about Muerta support. You can buy theoretically almost anything. Having the ult is such a strong defensive tool. A Dispel plus physical immunity will...
9 class, silenced up, Kiritich. Yep, he
Not
hates his
messing
guts.
about.
I can tell
Not
just by
messing
that.
About. This is about sending a message.
Yeah, he cannot stand him. That's 3 or 4 Omni Slashes now reserved for 9 class. So Manta done. So 2,300 gold in the bank for Kiritich towards his eventual butterfly. And they can sit pretty. I mean, once he gets to that Ags, it takes that hero to another level. But on the side of PARIVISION, about 700 away from Blink on DM's Tide, which will not really align with anything from the Terror Blades. Just started working on the butterfly. But it could...
Close to aligning with the Cataclysm.
Yeah, the Ags is close-ish.
He's 1,500 away on Invoker, so... Yeah, that seems to be it. I'm going to be puzzled if PARIVISION don't try anything when those two items align. I feel like if that is still not go time, then...
Then there is no go time.
Then when? So... 20-minute timing coming up as well. PARIVISION have control this time of the Tormentor area. Looks like BetBoom are just going to let them have it, in spite of having Naga. Not going to try to contest this objective.
That's surprising, because if they get the Chen Shard, which they do not...
9 class is going to appreciate this. He can be very annoying with this ability to jump to his stun.
Yeah, it's definitely a good shard, but it doesn't have the same impact on the game as a whole as a Chen Shard for sure.
Right. I think being able to get a Granite Golem and the Armor Ore from the Dragon would be really nice here. But
well, BetBoom are going to be happy about that, I suppose, because they obviously gave it up on purpose.
now it's time to see if PARIVISION can do the impossible and get a Wisdom Shrine this game.
Something tells me they'll get one.
There's 0 for 4 for now. Looks like Kataomi is potentially headed over to the left one. Nobody's in the neighborhood, so if he were to do it with Naga now, they would once again get both. Well, do they actually? They're not going for either. Hang on. Okay, he will go for the left. He will steal the left, but they're not taking their own on the right.
Are they actually going to get the first 6 shrines? Oh my god, dude. That's insane.
That's 5. Anyone want the right one?
I'm sure Mier will get to it after this wave. It'll become less and less important as the game goes on, I suppose.
Well, it's a pretty big part of the reason the 2 supports are level 11 on one team and 8 on the other.
Yeah. Wait, did they take it? Is that active?
It's active, right? I think it's just a visual bug.
Okay.
Yeah, it's still there. So, 6 for 6.
Wow. I'm not sure.
That's a level 12 Nagam at 21.
I'm sure we've seen this before, but not in a game like this, I feel like, when they've definitely had opportunities to get it.
I would be curious what the win rate is of getting the first 4 shrines.
What about the first 6?
Yeah, I mean, that's even more of an anomaly.
Would you?
I think
you think the team that gets the first 6 wisdoms has a higher or lower win percentage than 90? I think it's probably about that, right?
I think the sample size is just pretty small, though.
Well, yeah, that's probably true.
Has there even... We have not cast enough pro games that happened for it to even get to those numbers, right? We haven't had it happen 10 times, you and I at least. I would... Probably some 80 plus, I think.
Yeah, that's safe.
Seems likely. This game, though, I mean, PARIVISION are not bleeding out any further. They were 8k down, then they got the Tormentor and stabilized this at about 5, and staying that way. Still, Roshan is obviously up for grabs, and that should be a BetBoom gimme at some point with the Slardar Jugger and Song to cover it. It's just a matter of when they feel comfortable doing it. With the state on the map, need to make sure to get the waves out. 9 class will get found by save, but see you later.
Yep, has that shard.
I got the shard. You didn't. You should have got it. Big items.
Yes, Butterfly for Kiritich. Big ticket indeed. The Terrorblade.
Eggs on Invoker.
About halfway there.
Time to shine now for PARIVISION. Is there another big timing coming up? Not really.
It's Butterfly for Satanic, but it's
gonna take
gonna have
a
to
while.
wait.
That's 2k, so that's probably like 2.5, 3 minutes if he's free farming. I suppose you could wait for that one too.
Yeah, but if you keep waiting, as 9 class is spotted. Oh
He's
man,
hazed this time though.
he is. I don't know. He might get away still. This hero's just stupid. God, what a dumb hero.
Well, yeah. Okay.
Oh, he's found.
At this point, honestly, you just let him get away.
Yeah, I think so. Is this really worth?
No.
Funny thing is, he could have kept running until Corrosive Haze was off. All right. Now he's away. Kiritich, in the meantime,
In
gets
the
an
meantime,
AD.
we get Roshan. Okay. BetBoom. Well.
Oh, a Dormant Curia for a tier 2 for Kiritich. So see what he ends up ultimately getting. Likely the tier 3.
Yeah. What are you hoping for as Jug with a Curio in tier 3? Let's see. Just Serrated Shiv, I guess. I suppose the Gunpowder Gauntlet is not bad either.
Yeah, they're both.
But yeah, it's got to be the Shiv, surely. Anything to... I guess they both have their merits. Gunpowder is a bit better than usual against Terrorblade. Helps you clean up the illusions that bit faster.
That's true. Little AoE.
Yeah.
I mean, he'll take either of them, I think.
Class. This, oh,
Reel
He
in.
didn't jump on a tree, so he
That's
can't get
true.
stunned from Reel in, as we know.
Oh, okay.
Very classic use of that spell.
And he's away. Creating space for the next Roshan to be killed. Half expecting a second Aegis for BetBoom. 4 minutes to go on it right now. And it feels like BetBoom are not in a hurry. But like you said, the lead is not growing. That's a bit of a concern.
But this is a much stronger timing than 2 minutes ago with the same net worth discrepancy, because you have the Butterfly advantage and you have the Aegis. So in reality, this 5k lead is actually quite big right now. Satanic is 500 away from his Butterfly.
Yeah, you can keep
Heritage
pushing. You
press
can
the
force
issue.
them back. I don't know if they're going to fully commit. Kiritich, Deafening Blast. We'll use the Blade Fury, but there's the jump from GPK onto no one. We'll counteract that with an Atos. Fortification already used. Now the TPs are starting to slowly come.
This
for
is
the
a pivotal
PARIVISION
moment
side.
for PARIVISION. If you fail this defense, you're going to lose so hard.
Yeah.
This has to go right. And the problem is, there's a Naga Siren behind
Yeah.
with a blink.
Tower dead. Another Blade Fury from Kiritich will be doing some damage to the buildings. And the backstab, oh, they find 9 class, and now they make him suffer. DM though, Invis gets off the Ravage
there's
onto
a
several
healing
heroes, but the
ward.
healing ward is there, and there's no follow-up. The buyback coming out from 9 class, oh boy, that is
They only
adding
get,
insult to injury for PARIVISION.
They only get Muerta. They used everything. They used Ravage, they used Hand of God, Monkey King buyback, and meta. I think a perfect play for BetBoom here is wait for save to respawn and immediately go bottom again.
Well, I think you can get this Ags in the meantime too. He's 300 away.
Yeah, true.
Swift Slash is god tier Ags.
Oh, this hold. How do you defend the base as PARIVISION on the next push? 2 minutes Aegis, Swift Slash. They still have Song. They have everything. BetBoom used nothing. You used everything.
Oh,
And the
Dakalis.
trade was 1 support. Dakalis trying to get a creep.
Yeah, he's gonna bite the dust now. DM showing up, but not too much he can do. And they're gonna get the tips out as that was
Omni.
That was Omni. Okay.
Well, okay.
All right. He really hates Dakalis, I guess. Now the spin to finish off the range. Satanic, he is alacrity, so despite not having the meta, still something you should fear. DM gets off the leash, actually leashes himself now, so double anchor, and there's the Aghanim Scepter with the Swift Slash available for Kiritich. Already used it once. Not the cleanest take here for BetBoom.
It's pretty crucial for PARIVISION that Omni Slash was used on the Chen.
Yeah.
And the reason he survives that long is he gets the plus 20 armor off on himself as well as the Solar Crest, so they actually needed that to finish him. And maybe that means BetBoom will have to settle. Let's see.
They surely go bot to try to finish.
Kiritich fancies his chance. Oh!
Okay, that was a Tide Hunter, no longer. 48 seconds, he's gone. And a nice dead shot into the calling. Now Satanic has dropped. 2 dead with no buyback. And BetBoom, just like that, they're gonna use the Aegis. They should be able to get all these buildings.
They just got out of the hardest part, and then they just walked 2 heroes back to back outside of the base mid and got killed on both.
Yeah, healing ward up now as well. Wukong's command from a support, something they can just completely ignore. In fact, it was canceled immediately. And now the Omni, or was that the Swift? Who knows at this point?
Oh dear.
No one dead, does have the buy. Tips guy. Yeah, where are them tips at? Mid lane is BetBoom's, and bottom lane will be as well. They're still a tier 2 top. So they will probably exit and reset, but this is with a gigantic lead in their favor. And they could just play this casually. They could just wait for the next Roche, 3 minutes away from knowing when that's going to occur.
This is like the most unpredictable way for BetBoom to get the 2 lanes of barracks, was that.
Yeah.
We talked everything about how the team fight was going to work out, what cooldowns were going to be important, and at the end of the day, it's literally just, oh, well, if they walk outside base on 2 heroes, we don't even need anything. It's just
That was weird.
bizarre how it's one thing for DM to blunder, which I think is bad enough, but then Satanic immediately after getting caught, it was a bit of column A and B, though. Like you said, it was a great dead shot from save, but you're terribly, there's no way you should ever be in that position to get caught like that, regardless. Just push with the illusions, you know? So, just not on point today on PARIVISION. A couple of major slip-ups that might just be the end of their tournament life here unless you pull some heroic comeback here.
Yeah, and Satanic, he finished the Butterfly not too long ago, only has 1,500 gold since then. Unfortunately for him, Kiritich is about to finish his Monkey King bar, so already countered.
And this is what we talked about, right? If Jugger's a full item ahead, this matchup becomes very one-sided. You can't, like, there's a couple of carry matchups in the game where you actually still have a fighting chance being down an item. This one is really tough unless, you know, you have to have heroes that reliably lock down Jug, because that's what's tricky about it for Terrorblade is how hard it is to use Sunder against this particular carry. He has 3 immunity spells. He's got Spin, Omni Slash, and Swift Slash. You need to play around all 3 before you get a chance to Sunder him. If he's up on items, it's just not happening.
No.
9 class gets found. Okay. If Swift Slash goes off, he is cooked.
Yeah, Corrosive Haze, Swift Slash, I think kills 3 out of 5 maybe.
Okay, we're in.
DM, they initiate on Metamorphosis from afar. There's the Omni Slash, the Tidehunter already dead to start the fight. No Ravage used. Kiritich will spin.
What's the
and reset.
plan there?
And Satanic, obviously that is who they have their eyes set on. 9 class. Also an annoying presence at all times.
Meta half duration. When this runs out.
Yeah, they know that the Tide didn't use Ravage, so once he respawns, they'll be able to theoretically take a fight even without that meta. Yeah, they have to clean up their base though.
Is under attack.
Is there anything coming for PARIVISION that could change things? Invoker's close to BKB. Will give him some freedom, but not going to solve some of the inherent problems. I wonder if it's better for no one theoretically here to buy a Scythe just so you have a way to kill Jug. But again, have we even used Song in the last 20 minutes? Like, that's still
True.
a potential issue, which is what's kept PARIVISION from taking a lot of the fights that they would like to take. They know that, well, if we go in, we're playing into Stampede and Song. I mean, I think a lot of teams and a lot of players would agree it's a crime to give this hero away on 23. And Gunnar as well and Jenkins were baffled that it made it through the draft. I share that sentiment. So, kind of crazy. This hero is almost first phase banned every game here. At least most of them. Just gets to slide through. And how can you beat the Fish siblings? Slaughter and Naga.
Yeah, they power up together. Satanic has MKB now, so both butterflies effectively countered. Roche, though, almost certainly going to be free for BetBoom.
Sure is. Put the edges on Jug again. He's now playing without boots.
Yep, and he just bought the Aghanim's synth so that he can get the Basher. I think the Basher's on the way already. Maybe not.
No, I think he's going to use the blessing to get his treads back
Oh, the
and then get a blink as well. Yeah. And I mean, the world's his oyster, right? Oh, nice find from Katomi, but can't see him.
Oh, now they can.
Oh, the crush.
But
No.
as usual,
Okay.
seen this 1,000 times.
When's the last time this game that 9 class had a vessel charge?
Oh, that's true. Huh?
He has one item and it has no charges on it. Okay, hang on. When was their last kill?
Hot minute.
I'm scrolling. Is this for real? Have they?
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Kiritich.
Okay, it's been
Oh,
forever.
he's actually melting pretty fast. Gets off the healing ward. That's a level 25 healing ward now. Wait, am I wrong? That's a 25 talent, right? No, he's 23.
He's 23.
Oh, that's
And
a
it's a
20
20
talent now.
Yeah.
Wow. It's a really good one.
It's meta pumped again, though.
It is.
Probably outlast that.
Radiant are scanning.
9 class. They're looking for the backstep. This is the Hail Mary play. This has to work while you have meta. They're
Sure
trying
does.
to find
Looking
Naga.
for the Ravage, but
They
the
don't.
crush onto 2 DM. All he can do is pop the Kraken shell. Has not even used Ravage. Won't even use it.
And
2
now
dead
Satanic.
just like that. And now
Anime fight
Satanic.
inbound.
Yep, that is going to be the Omni slash Ducal is taking a bit of that. The Creep's taking a bit too. DM, he bought back and ravaged nothing.
No!
Oh, boy.
Oh my!
That is not what you want to see if you're a PARIVISION fan, because
Everything went wrong, Shannon.
That
They tried
should
to
be the
open,
end.
They tried to open on Naga because they know if they don't open Naga, they're just going to get Song disengaged on. Naga blinks as she's about to get Boundless struck. And then you kill Tide, he buys back and ravages the ground.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, Naga still has double song.
I mean, the fact that they haven't even had to use it just goes to show
Yeah.
just how one-sided this game has been. Like, they haven't even been forced to use one of their key spells that they picked a hero for.
Just the threat of the song.
Yeah, that's right.
Radiant's top tower
Now the Roche banner. This is almost certainly Megas. Illusion's doing quite a bit, but the Swift Slash will end up taking them out in Tier 3 not long for this world. Trying to use the illusion to take out the healing ward. It is successful. But now, just the 2 barracks left to get these mega creeps.
Nice blink dodge on the anchor. From Kiritich, nice little detail.
Yep, has a Swift Slash now, taking a considerable amount of damage, but the song reset number 1.
Oh yeah, they also have cart, so
Yeah, double save.
add that to the mix.
Yeah, they can play it a bit safe. Still a little less than 2 minutes on the Aegis, so waiting
Outlast
for the
this
meta,
Yeah.
and go finish the task at hand. Yeah, PARIVISION just put in a very, very tough spot now.
You see this really nice disengage there from Katomi, so they don't get that opening. I think they were trying to start with Gush, as a matter of fact, not the Boundless, but end of the day, same story. Naga isn't getting caught, you get the jump. And now, this could have gone even worse, but a good job from Ducalis to at least redirect the Omni Slash away from Satanic. But the Ravage ended up taking all of the attention anyway.
Yeah.
From the viewers. It's a very... There's few abilities in Dota that are as frustrating to fully miss as that. Gets off the spin, no mana drain, no stun.
Yep,
Wukong's
that's the melee
command.
down now. Wukong's not going to do a whole lot.
Yeah, now this won't be ready for the next wave.
45 seconds on the Aegis. They can definitely get this if they just commit now. Don't have to worry about meta. Atos into the meatball. But again, the spin. And that is Mega's question mark. All right, they're playing it even safer than I would imagine. 23 seconds left on Aegis. Save and GPK, they're like, all right, we'll finish the job. One more right click. Pierce the veil. Somebody finish the barracks, please. It is Kiritich in the end.
He has
Might
Aegis
cost
still.
him his Aegis, but he gets put into the cart. Tornado not going to affect him at all. And that's mega creeps for BetBoom. Aegis about to expire. They do take out the Muerta to start this fight. As BetBoom looking to get away with that Stampede. And PARIVISION pretty much just have to let them. And now their tier 4 is in peril just to creeps.
And that's about to get a whole lot worse.
Yeah, it felt like this game, obviously there's a lot more at play, but PARIVISION just didn't do anything. Like, they had some nice Sunstrike kills at the beginning of the game, as we're going to see no one get destroyed. Of course, that's the typical caster curse. I mean, they're down 30k. Doesn't matter at this point.
What's going on with the win rate graph?
What do you mean?
It hasn't changed in the last 10 minutes. It stayed 4% for Radiant.
Okay.
How's this not like a 99-1 or 100-0 right now?
Yeah.
30k up with Megas and it still thinks
Because of
4%?
Terrorblade.
4%! It loves Tide Invoker, man. It must.
Yeah, apparently. Okay, 1 tier 4 down. I mean, you
take
can
it
see
easy.
the damage that Satanic has.
Yes. Absolutely. If you want to play this ultra safe for BetBoom, you just keep map controlling until Roche.
Yep. Now, there's the BKB now for Miero. He is 6 slotted officially.
Yeah, crazy farm this game. Almost 300 CS on Centaur. Has really changed this hero in Pro Dota, the whole Helm of the Dominator build. You just get so much richer. It's effectively acting like more than what a Midas would on this hero. So, I don't know about you. I'm expecting more nerfs for that item. I thought the nerfs post-TI were pretty...
They'll probably get this.
They were,
I don't think
they
it's
were
gonna be a big one.
meaningful, but I was actually expecting more. Like, whenever there's a tournament like that and you have games where 8 heroes buy Helm of the Dominator...
I mean, what happened with... what was the upgraded Vlad's called?
Wraith Pact?
Yeah, they deleted it, but how long did it take to delete it after that TI?
Was it the first... they gave it one more patch, right? I think.
Did they?
I think they gave it one chance. They nerfed it, and then they removed it after, I think.
I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say that this helm is a huge problem. It definitely should get nerfed, but I don't think it's going to be a big one. I don't think it needs to be.
It doesn't have to be. I was just saying I think it needs maybe a bit more than what it got.
a little bit.
Either that or some of the heroes that just specifically function the way that they do because they get this item.
I mean,
with some
the thing
tweaks.
that makes it hard is like lower level, because you have to try to balance for lower level players, higher level players. This is not an item, I promise you, that is bought by lower level players. Still 4%.
What's it gonna take to get this to 3?
Well, maybe killing Terrorblade once.
So for the record, this was 96-4 at 29 minutes, just 12 minutes ago, and since then they have gained another, what's that, 16k gold and megas, and it still thinks this. I don't understand. I think it's bugged, honestly. We've entertained this idea before on our cast that this whole graph is just bugged.
I didn't realize that Satanic does not have BKB. Did you notice that? Interesting.
I don't think he can afford it. Like, if he buys BKB, he does not threaten enough. I 100% agree with his choice of going all in for all of this.
No, I'm not saying it's wrong. It's just, it's weird to see a later game Terrorblade without BKB.
Yeah. He's queuing it up after Daedalus. Honestly, even that slot, I don't know if that should be it. I think you should buy Rapier or something, because it's like
you're not moving out of your base.
You're gonna need to win the fight so overwhelmingly that I don't know if BKB is gonna cut it. Oh, we'll see. Obviously, Terrorblade not the best Rapier carrier, but it's still probably the strongest last slot you can get in terms of just raw output.
Well, we saw one of the best Rapier carries yesterday not do so hot.
Yeah.
Medusa's #1, though, I think, right?
Yeah, that's the best Rapier hero of all time.
Gyro's got to be 2, though.
Yeah.
Right?
1 and 2. Maybe PA.
PA?
I think Medusa #1, PA 2.
You think so?
Yeah. And then Eternal Envy, Ember Spirit 3.
Ember. I was going to say Wraith King.
Yeah.
He loved his Wraith King.
Definitely Ember. Ember Rapier for Envy. Two of those bad boys with a cleave and then die in the middle of the map randomly.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Well, there's the data. I mean, Satanic does pack a huge punch. The issue is, of course, that you're going against Megas, so you're stuck in your base. And all BetBoom have to do is play Ultra Discipline, go for the Aegises. All tier 2s are still up for BetBoom. So a lot of buildings to go through. That's a free fortification for the tier 2. Then you get a fortification for the tier 3. Then if the melee rack somehow goes down, another fortification. Like, this is going to be tough.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with daydreaming, though.
Yeah, but if we're talking about those late game situations, you skip the melee anyway and you go throne.
Yeah.
But BetBoom would have to royally screw up, I think.
Yeah.
And here is Roche. The belch heard round the world. And an arcane rune to add some extra oomph to this incoming push. Kiritich with the Aegis.
It is time for the killing blow. Who's going to get the refresher? He's holding it on Jug for now. He's going to have to do some inventory management. Maybe the idea is he's going to swap it in when he dies and then go for a second round of Omni Swift Slash.
Radiant are scanning.
Yeah.
Jug is relatively reliable to get it off on 2 as long as you haven't used Spin on your first life. Then as soon as you respawn, you just mash Blade Fury and then you can use Refresher and use your stuff after. So don't mind him holding on to it. Guess they don't have any other great candidates. It's kind of cool on Slaughter, but okay. A lot of smoking.
Yeah, PARIVISION know what's coming. They know what's coming here. Tier 4 just barely hanging on by a thread. They do have their fortification. This is going to have to go perfectly for PARIVISION. Oh, they find the tree. They find the Monkey King. Okay. Kill #1 has buyback. Trying to force out this metamorphosis for Satanic. There's the Ravage into the Cataclysm. Decent amount of damage. Kiritich gets put in the cart, though. Now a full disengage from BetBoom as the buyback was expended.
I feel like that was not coordinated enough. It felt like on a whim, you just go for the Blink Ravage Kata, but there wasn't a meta hitting during it.
Yeah.
The Monkey King buys back after the Ravage goes out.
I mean, imagine...
It's not the way to do it.
He doesn't have the items for it. Imagine Satanic has Blink and Ags.
Yeah.
The Terror Wave after the Ravage.
Or that Tidehead Refresher.
Kata.
You know, like something big there, and that could be a sick play, but you just don't have the items, which means the execution needs to be pristine, and that's not good enough. Like,
Yep, so now you don't have Ravage, now you don't have meta.
And Healing Ward's coming off cooldown again, so I think BetBoom will just try again.
Oh,
70 seconds on meta. Go finish the job. Refresher is what it's going to be for Satanic instead of the Rapier. Also a great, obviously, late game damage item for Terrorblade.
Yep,
you get
that's fair.
2 metas. You get Sunder again if you get lucky.
Well, he's going to have to use it now, I do believe.
Yeah.
Heritage already using the spin. Letting the creeps kind of do its work. Smart move. There's the Roach Banner.
Healing Ward. Which ward
Power
will you
dead.
break?
PK. Well, he's going to get initiated on to start. The card is there and the song reset.
Okay.
As the creeps continuing to stack up. Is the focus going to be on Satanic? He gets put to the other side of the Ancient. And now Carriage is just focusing down the Ancient itself. Still with the fortification. Halfway through, though. They have to do something about it. That's life number 1. Nice crush coming out onto 2. Cataclysm to follow, but the Juggernaut is up again. They do get the kill on the Tidehunter. And BetBoom actually are going to reset completely.
Now,
Back away. They have the Refresher Shard for the Juggernaut, but I don't think he even used Omni Slash there.
They force the TB Refresher. They're going to Healing Ward up their Slardar again, and they still have a song.
Yeah, there's
So-
still a fortification, by the way.
Yep. If they could somehow burst Kiritich, this could get interesting.
Yeah,
but
there goes the spin to win. He's actually getting taken very low on HP, but there's the song again and the Healing Word to follow. Satanic is just going to get crushed because of that BKB. Finally will go to sleep for the time being, and now the Omni Slash comes, just eviscerating everybody. And now they can just focus the buildings as finally BetBoom will take the series 2-1.
that's
Methodical end to that one.
I think that's the first time I've ever seen someone write GGGYGY, but I guess he did send them to the graveyard.